Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the demo session on data science. Before going to data science demo, I wanted to give you a brief overview what we are going to do in the next 2.5 months syllabus. Okay. As a data scientist, our responsibilities are preparing strategies for analyzing the data. The data can be text data, or the data can be image data, or the data can be audio or video data, any kind of data. Okay, audio or video. Okay, as a data scientist, we will prepare the data for data analysis. Okay, mostly whatever the data which is available for us, that is raw data. Okay, we should convert the data, raw data, into information by using so many data pre-processing steps. Okay, where we will explore the data by using exploratory data analysis and analyze and visualize the data, okay, in the form of box plots and histogram, bar graphs, scatter plots, and so on. So many visualization techniques are there to visualize the data. And we are going to create machine learning models by using programming languages such as Python or R. Finally, whatever the models which we have created, those models has to be deployed into the servers to build up the applications. Okay. Now, let me slowly enter into what is data and how we are going to analyze the data with the small case studies. Okay. Now, as we already know that data will be represented in the form of zeros and ones. Nowadays, data is everywhere. Okay. Now, because of it is growing at incredible amount of rate, not only rest of India, within India also, because of Geo and other players. Okay. Now, on an average, Facebook users send an average of 31.5 million messages and they view 2.77 million videos per minute. Now, in the same way, a massive growth in video and photo data, where every minute up to 300 hours of video and they're uploading onto the YouTube. Same thing, if you take each person 1.7 megabytes of data they're creating per second. Okay, if the same trend continues by 2025, we have around 175 zettabytes on over the internet. This is the data which I have taken from Forbes. Okay, and most important thing is, according to Gartner's president, who has quoted this information is the new oil in 21st century. Up to 21st, before 21st century, the Gulf countries has minted money with the help of oil. Okay, they are the richest countries. Nowadays, the companies, those who are having data, the companies, those who are having data, such as you can have Google and Facebook and other companies, maybe YouTube, who are having the data, they're the richest companies in the world. Okay, now mostly I'm going to classify the data in 2 to 3 different ways. Then I will go to the session. Now, types of the data can be classified into structured data and unstructured data. Mostly the data is available in unstructured data. Okay, what is the meaning of structured data? Here, every data follows some sort of schema. In structured data, where we will store the information with high degree of organization. Okay, that is user ready for, I can search the data and I can quickly consolidate the data into the facts. The best example is RDBMS, where the data will be represented in the form of relations. Mostly we will also call them as tables, where they contain high degree of schema. And spreadsheet also another important data structure where we will store the data in a more structured way. Apart from the structure, we have unstructured data where it is lacking in structure, and it is very time consuming if you don't have any structure for searching, and it will take more time to consolidate the data into the facts. Where the examples of unstructured data is social media posts, some presentations, charts, sensor data, satellite images. Those things can be called as unstructured data. This is one classification of types of data. But in data science and machine learning applications, we are going to classify the data in this way. One is quantitative data, where we are going to represent the data in the form of numeric. Okay. Another kind of data is called as qualitative. Here, the data will be represented in the form of categorical. Now, if you ask me, sir, what is the quantitative data? Quantitative data once again divided into discrete and continuous data. Now, in discrete, we are going to represent the data in countable, and it has only the whole numbers between 0 to any number. You can ask me, sir, what are the example for Descript data? Now I can say that if I write a program, the program can consisting of some number of LOC, maybe 5 lines of LOC, 10 lines of LOC, 100 lines. LOC stands for lines of code. For example, if I compile this program, if I compile or interpret, it will give some sort of errors or defects. Now, this is called as a discrete. Number of errors in a program, it is a discrete environment. And if we buy a product, if for example, if it is causing some sort of problems, we will do some number customer complaints. Now, number of customer complaints is also example for discrete data. Okay. Now, another kind of quantitative data is called as continuous, where we will represent the data in the form of a specific range, some minimum value to maximum value. Okay. Now, the best example for continuous data is temperature, where the temperature fluctuates from 98 to 102. Okay, centigrade. Mostly if you are go for Europe and other countries, they will represent them in Fahrenheit. Stock market data also, it is not a single point. Always per second the data is going to be fluctuate. Okay. Now, another kind of data is called as qualitative, where the data will be represented in the form of categories. Now, for example, let us take a categorical data under gender. Gender can be classified into male and female. For example, if a patient is having diabetes, whether a patient is diagnosed as diabetes, yes or no, this is also another kind of qualitative data. Okay, qualitative data can be represented in the form of binary, nominal, or ordinal formats. Binary means here we will have two possibilities, either 0 or 1, or if you toss a coin you will get tail or head, or switch on. This is called as binary data. Another kind of qualitative data is called as nominal data, where we don't follow any order. That means for example, let us take male female. I may write male first and female second, or I may write male first female second. Okay, maybe the hair colors, we have some set of colors, but here we don't represent these numbers cannot be represented here. Data is not ordered. We okay, but if the data is not ordered, we cannot perform any quantitative or mathematical operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Okay, final kind of qualitative data is called as ordinal data, where we are going to store the data in a specific order, okay, in the form of a scale. Now, the scale can be 0 to 1, or the scale can be 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Look at here. For example, when we go for any restaurant, they will give you, after taking lunch or dinner, they will give you one paper. They are on that, they will ask whether we have satisfied with the lunch or dinner. Okay, here we are specifying one as very unsatisfied. If I go down, I have very satisfied. Here we are representing the data in the form of a scale. So if we are happy, we will give this. If we are unhappy, we will give this. Here, typically we are using some measures such as a non-numeric concept like satisfaction, happiness, discomfort, etc. Now, I will wait for 1 minute. If you have any queries in the types of data, I will respond, please. Shall I continue?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to have some two case studies, whatever we have discussed about quantitative data and qualitative data. And based on this, I will prepare the case studies for the next lectures. Okay. Now, let us take the students for a data science course. Maybe at Harsha. May not be Harsha, maybe Harsha. Now, let us look at the data and think one or two queries. Can you please tell me what kind of observations we are finding with this data set? I will call this data as a qualitative data. Will you agree? Or can I call this data as a qualitative data?
Yes.
I need an answer from you, please. Can
Yes.
I call this data as qualitative data? Like here, I am representing the data in the form of a text: US, Canada, China. And if you observe the second observation, what I am getting is I have some 50 countries of the data. I have some 50 countries of the data.
Okay.
And any other observations, just think and tell me. Some countries are repeating. Okay, some countries are repeating.
Okay.
Now, if we take these observations, now slowly, I wanted to convert this data into analytics. Now, I think you are good in storyboards. Now, I expect some answers from you. Okay, please. Here,
Sure.
what we have done is initially we have identified unique countries like out of 50, there are some 10 countries we have in that data set: China, England, and I'm taking frequency. What is the meaning of frequency? Number of times each and every country repeated. Okay, Canada repeated for 2 times, China repeated for 12 times out of 50 times. Okay, US repeated for 10 times. Now, if I want to convert the frequency into proportions, what I will do is frequency divided by total. Now it will get me 0.04 proportion. Okay. Now, if I add all the proportions, so finally I should get 1. This is my analysis. Now, once again, if I want to convert these proportions into percentages, I will multiply with 100. Finally, I can say that only 4% of the people who joined for my data science course from Canada, 24% of the people who join for my course from China, and so on. If you add all these percentages, finally you are going to get 100. Clear? Now, shall I continue?
Yes. Yes, it's clear. Yes, sir.
Finally, as you are aware that you are good in Power BI and Tableau, we have to be represent the data in the form of tables or in the form of visualizations. Here, I am converting my entire 10 countries in terms of continents: North America, Asia, and Europe. Totally 15 students are from North America, 29 students from Asia, 6 students from Europe. Okay, 6 students from Europe. From this, what we can observe? Now, instead of concentrating on Europe, it is better to concentrate on North America and Asia. Okay, now I'm representing same the data in the form of visualizations. Now, these visualizations easily understandable to the CEO or decision makers of the organizations, and they will take a proper decision to increase the revenue of the organizations. Increase the revenue of the organization. This is the final motto of the data set. Now, by taking this data set, we have identified that this data is qualitative data, also called as categorical data, and we have 50 countries of the data, and some countries of the data is repeating. Okay, this is what we have the first observations. Okay, while analyzing the data, you should be like a hacker. How the hackers will steal the data from the entering into servers. Okay, they will penetrate into the servers and they will steal the data. And as a data scientist, you have to see any data set, and you have to convert the data into visualizations. Okay, now what we have done, we have taken this 50 countries of the data, and finally we have converted the data into visualizations. Now, clear for everyone? Now,
Yes, sir.
let me go. Yeah. Now let me go to next data set. Now, can you give me your observations from this data set? What kind of data it is? Now, my first observation is this data is called as quantitative data. Clear?
Yes. Correct.
Now, second one is, while taking numerical data, quantitative data also called as numerical data. Quantitative data is also called as numerical data, where always I should consider range. Dealing with the text data or dealing with quantitative data is a range. Here means will also called as bin, also called as buckets. I will tell you what is a bin and bucket. Now, if you observe this data, what is the minimum value and maximum value? Okay. If you observe this data set carefully, we will minimum value is 10. Okay, minimum value is 10, and maximum value I'm finding that it is around 75 is the max value. 75. Okay, if you make it as 80, so I can convert a range of values from 10 to maybe 10 to 20 or 20 to 30, like this, 70 to 80, 80 to 90. Now, in between 10 to 20, how many students are there? Here I will write the frequency. Okay. Now this is called as bin, also called as bucket. Some other people call this as bucket also. Okay. How many people fall in this range of 10, 20? Okay. These are the observations we should go for numerical data. Now look at here. Here we have taken the bucket size as bucket size can be 5, 10 to maybe 10 to 15, 10 to 15, or 10 to 20, or 10 to 40. Okay, or 0 to 20. You can say bucket size as 5, 10, or 20. It depends upon the data set. Now here I have taken bucket size as 20, 0 to 90, 19 students who join for the course. In between age 20 to 39, there are 21 students who join for the course. 40 plus, there are only 5. So instead of concentrating these two, if I concentrate on this area, I can get more students for my data science course. Is it okay? In this way, we have to see the data, and we have to write the observations. These observations are used for analyzing the data. Okay. Yeah, any queries in these two data sets, in these two case studies?
I just have one quick question, sir. Like the first data set, you said it is qualitative, right?
Yes, qualitative. Maybe you can call it as in terms of string data. Okay, for your understanding purpose.
Okay. So all the text data is going to be qualitative, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here,
Okay.
some maybe maybe in live cases, you may get the combination of qualitative and quantitative. But for time being, for just understanding for case study, I have taken qualitative separately, quantitative separately. Okay.
Okay, okay, perfect.
My job is to give the basic knowledge of how the analysis will be done. Okay.
Okay, yeah, got it. Yes.
But in real-time situations, we may deal with 100 records, 1,000 records, 10,000 records also. Okay.
Okay.
Now, why we need a data science? Okay, data science is a skill of extracting the knowledge from, you may call it as large and data sets, where using knowledge to predict unknown data sets. Okay, finally, this is used for improving the business outcomes with the power of the data to increase the revenue of the organization. Okay, now the most important thing, I'll spend around 10 minutes on this slide. Just I will define what is a data science in two perspectives. First perspective is according to DJ Patel, who is the chief data scientist in White House. He proposed that the ability to extract the knowledge. Okay, here we will technically speaking, we will call this knowledge as patterns. Okay, some people call it as relationships. Some people call it as hidden knowledge or insights. These are synonyms. IBM calls this knowledge as insights. Some people call it as knowledge. Some people call it as patterns. Some people call it as relationships. Okay, that means we have to extract this knowledge or insights from large and complex data sets. He did not give in the internal things, how the black box jobs has to be done by data scientists. Now, in the second definition, I'm giving that in order to become a data scientist, you should have the basic knowledge of statistics. This is the most important. Stats. This plays vital role in analyzing the data. There are two types of statistics: descriptive. Then next one is predictive. Okay. Now, mostly the statistics part we have studied mostly in 10th standard. 10th standard. Okay, that we have to recollect back. Second one is we should have the basic knowledge of mathematics. This is the most important job. Statistics and mathematics plays vital role in data science. Mathematics in the sense we will discuss about linear algebra. Okay, mostly this is the 6th class mathematics, linear algebra, 6th class to 8th class. In terms of linear algebra, we are going to deal with vectors and matrices. All the operations of matrices we should be very good. Okay. Now, apart from linear algebra, we should also have basic knowledge of probability, conditional probability, and a little bit about calculus. Okay, calculus. I don't want integral calculus. We want a differential calculus. Differentiatives are very much necessary for deep learning applications. Okay. Now, statistics and mathematics will come directly under mathematics, and we should have a programming language knowledge. It can be, according to my session, I will respond with Python. Apart from Python, you have R, you have SAS, and you have so many languages which are coming up right nowadays. Okay, and we should have a problem solving approach. Okay, like now I have taken two case studies. Now those two case studies like this, you may have hundreds and thousands of features, and how 1 lakh records will have. You should be familiar in problem solving approach, and as a data scientist you should capture the data in a indigenous way. Okay, and ability to look things in a more different way. That's what I told you, hacker. How the hackers will do? Okay, they will see the data, every data, like police people. The police people, how police people will watch every person uh, as a culprit. Okay, and to find the patterns. Finally, we have to get the patterns. You can call them as relationships, you can call them as insights, okay, you can call them as knowledge, okay, with activities such as data cleaning. This is the most important job. I already told you, whatever the data which are getting, that is raw data. Okay, you have to convert the data into information. Then only we can create a machine learning models. And you should prepare the data and align the data for creation of machine learning models. This is the low level definition. This definition we should follow while learning. Okay, this definition we follow once if we are good in data science. Okay, now if I show same thing in the form of Venn diagram, okay, how it is looking like. In order to become data scientist, you should have the basic mathematical knowledge such as linear algebra, probability, calculus. You should have the statistical research in terms of descriptive and predictive. You should have the data processing operations such as how the SQL operations has to be done. This is the most important job. Yes, SQL also plays vital role. And most important job is machine learning. Okay, ML. Okay, then you should have some computer science knowledge by using some sort of programming like Python or an algorithmic approach. And finally, the most important topic is you should have domain expertise. What is the meaning of domain expertise in terms of banking, okay, and insurance and retail, healthcare, industrial, like this. So I think you have, if you are completed your bachelor's and master's. In bachelor's in India, what we will do is we have a body called AICTE. Okay, out of 4 years course, you may study about 46 to 50 subjects. Okay, 46 to 50. 40 out of these, around 40% of the subjects they will go for humanities and sciences or basic sciences. 60% of the subjects are only related to the branches. Okay, so AICTE wants to, or UGC wants to make every student should be expertise in the domains. Okay, you will study maths, physics, chemistry, organization behavior, economics, and commerce, what next. Okay, or everything you are going to study. Okay, now this is what the definition of data science. Any queries?
Um, in this course, we are also learning Python, right, sir?
Yes, 100% Python. Okay,
Okay.
now before going to next slide, first I wanted to showcase what kind of syllabus I used to take. Okay, first give me 1 minute to show the syllabus. Yeah, look at here. My syllabus consisting of data science using my boundary is only Python. Okay, here I'm not going to teach data science with or purely I will teach with Python. I have divided my data into 5 units. First unit discuss about the what is data science, why data science, components of what we are doing right now. Later, total entire lesson 2, I will go for core Python, which is necessary for doing applications in Python. Like you may learn about languages like C, C++, and Java in your BTech and masters. Okay, variables, data types, operators, functions, modules, string. These are called as data structures. If we are good in these areas, okay, if you are string list, tuple, dictionary, set, regular expressions, then database operations, these are the basic knowledge if you want to get into the data science. Okay, then from unit number 2, here I have about statistics, full statistics, descriptive and inferential statistics. Then unit number 3 discuss about the advanced libraries, such how we are going to do mathematical operations using advanced libraries like NumPy. This is the library used for mathematical operations. Pandas, this is the user for data manipulation and data analysis, how we are going to do in Power BI and Tableau. Then exploratory data analysis, where we will discuss about each and every attribute or feature, and this is univariant, myvariant, matplotlib user for data visualizations. Then The most important job is data pre-processing. 60% of the data science lifecycle job will go for data pre-processing. Okay, here we will discuss about missing values. This is called as imputation, data encoding formats, because all the data, all the features may not having same formats. Okay, then finding outlier detection, normalizations, then dimensional reduction. I wanted to reduce the thousands of features to hundreds of features. For that purpose, we'll use then we will go for feature selection mechanisms. Okay, then unit number 4 fully starts about machine learning. Okay, where we will discuss about regression analysis, classification, model selection, all these chapters. Okay, chapter number, all these chapters will discuss about machine learning. Okay, now chapter number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, it takes minimum 1 month to discuss about machine learning, because if you are good in machine learning, then you can do you can go finally, you can go for areas such as natural language processing, where we'll deal with the text data. Okay, natural language processing means where we will deal with text data. Then we will go for deep learning algorithms, like how artificial neural network, convolutional neural network, and recurrent neural networks are working on text as well as images. Okay, after completion of deep learning, I will also showcase some applications with how the data will be analyzed by using web scraping. Okay, by taking URLs, you can scrape any kind of data. You can just, we will take a URL and we will finally give the data analysis in terms of insights. Then another chapter is right now, which is moving, is time series data, where we will deal with stock market data and banking applications. Here we will discuss about all time series data. This is one of the boom in the market nowadays. Finally, I will go for recommendation systems. Okay, like book recommendation, movie recommendation, or any kind of recommendation systems. Then I have to end my discussion with how I'm saving my models and how I'm deploying my models into the web servers. Okay. Now, actually, there are so many web servers are available, like Dockers, Kubernetes, Heroku. But the most simplest job, we can upload whatever the models which you have created to Flask. Flask is a simple web application framework where we will deploy our models onto here. Okay, this is the syllabus I wanted to teach for. It will take 2.5 months to complete the entire syllabus. Finally, if you are interested, I will give 2 projects. Okay, one from machine learning and one from deep learning. Okay, if you are good with this, finally, in each and every session, each and every topic, we will give interview questions also. Okay, now as a student, you have to do, what you have to do is kindly follow the running notes. Okay, now I'm going to use Python, and IDEs which I'm using is Anaconda distributions. Okay, I may use Jupyter Notebook or Spider or TensorFlow and Keras. Okay, this is the syllabus I want. Now, any queries on syllabus? We will spend 2 minutes. If you have any queries, then I'll go for my PPT. I'll continue my PPT. Okay. I think a new one has joined. Kishore, can you please respond? Have you seen the syllabus? May I know what is your background? Can you hello, Kishore? Can you please unmute yourself and speak about yourself for 1 minute, please? Based on that, I am going to prepare case studies. Okay. Vinira, shall I continue? Yeah. Now, just now we have seen 2 case studies. Okay, one case study on qualitative data, another case study on quantitative data. Then we have defined and in order to become a data scientist, okay, what are the basic prerequisites are required? Okay, I'll repeat this prerequisite and I'll go to next slide. Okay, please, because you should be very much careful with these prerequisites. You should be good in statistics and mathematics, programming in one language like either Python or, and you should have the basic knowledge of SQL, and you should see the data in a more different way, like a hacker point of view. Okay, anyway, the students, those who are joining, and they have very little bit knowledge in mathematics, but around 1 week to 10 days we will teach statistics, and 4 to 5 days we'll teach mathematics. Okay, and 10 to 10 sessions we will teach Python programming. If you are good in this, then only I will enter into machine learning, NLP, and deep learning. Okay, then each and every class deals with case studies only. Okay, we don't teach theory. Okay, just we will teach practical parts. Okay, now most of the people are having some doubts. So what is the difference between data science? In analytics, what we will do? We will take the data and we will create some sort of storyboards, and we will convert the data into intelligence. Okay, here what we are doing, transformation of the data into insights. Insights is also called as patterns. You should know these terminologies. Patterns, once again, note down these top points. No, patterns, relationships, and insights. Some people call it as knowledge also. Okay, we are going to extract relationships, patterns, knowledge, insights from the data. Okay, this process is called as analytics. Okay, which involves 3 steps: understanding the past and current data, and this is also called as archival data, or we will also call it as historical data. Okay, and I wanted to predict future. This is also called as forecasting. One such job of data scientist is forecasting future. Okay, now here you give me last 5 years of a stock market of a company, I can predict what will happen for the next 1 month. Okay, this is what we will do with time series analysis. Now, second point is understanding the relationships, identifying the patterns, translating them to the meaningful and useful relevant business insights to take intelligent strategies to increase the revenue of the organizations. Okay, now data science, that analytics lays foundation for data decision making process for an organization. Is it okay? Now, I don't want to teach what is analytics right now. Now, I wanted to teach some beautiful case studies. Okay, where exactly I will use data science and machine learning. Okay, Amazon is one of the website which uses data science. In what way it uses, I will explain in 2 minutes. Mostly, if when we go for malls or theaters, okay, most of the people will come with book and pen. Okay, book and pen. They will ask our phone number. Okay, most of the Indian people, they will give you their phone numbers. Okay, they will sell your mobile numbers or phone numbers to some of the organizations. Every 1,000 phone numbers will cost around maybe 1,000 rupees. Then you can get calls from them. How the Amazon will do this job? Amazon has a huge amount of consumer purchasing data. For example, if I want to purchase any item, okay, what they will give you is they will give you one screen. Okay, just fill the data. In that data, they will ask our name, mobile number, age, such kind of personal data. Simply we will fill the data, okay, without hesitating. Mostly in Europe and other people, they don't fill this such kind of data. Now the data consisting of consumer demographics such as our age, gender, location where we are staying, and since last 5 years or 10 years, what are the items which we have purchased, and based on that, what we are going to purchase in future. Okay, they will also ask us to add wish list. Okay, based on the data, Amazon, what they will do is they will segment the customers. okay, and they drawn some sort of patterns, and they will send some messages, and they will give some emails by having 50% concession, 70% concession, and they will send messages that you have a new products which already suits to you. Okay, it internally uses a data science application called a recommendation system. Okay, recommendation system is one of the application of data science and or machine learning application which uses by Amazon. Okay, now by using those recommendation systems, they will send right products to the right customer at right time. Okay, now this is the first application. Now let me go for second case where Uber uses it. Okay, now let me give you, actually speaking, Uber doesn't has any cabs. Uber doesn't has any drivers. Just it has a software. Just it has a software. Using this software, it is doing extreme business in the world. Now, for example, we have idiom higher demand for cabs where higher fare will be charged from around morning 8 to 10 a.m. Most of the people will go for offices at the time. If they book cabs, for example, if the cab carries around mostly 250 rupees, at the time if you book, it will show 400 rupees. Evening, mostly around 6 to 9 periods, most of the people will come back from offices. Here we are going to book the cabs. Now what will happen when two or more people, look at here, when lot of people in the same area are requesting rides for the same time, what will happen? The price will move dynamically. Now Uber uses internally a machine learning data science application called dynamic pricing model. Okay, the take is when a lot of people have calls. Now I have one cab. If too many calls are coming for the cab, now the price will be increased. Okay, this is one of the data science applications. Okay, now I'll go for last one more case where exactly what Apple mobile watch uses. Okay, I think more the people, those who are buying Apple mobile phone, they will also buy Apple Watch. Okay, the reason I will tell you, it is not for fashion, and there is a reason behind it. Now, Apple Watches internally has some sort of sensors. Okay, now they will monitor the health of the individual persons. It may cost around 25,000 to around up to 40,000. For mobile, it may carry depending 70,000 to 1,10,000 depending upon the pro things. Okay. Now what it will do is which collects the data such as our heart rate, our sleeping cycles, our breathing rate, and our activity levels, our blood pressure. What it will do? It predicts the risk of the heart attack, and if there is any such kind of risk are coming up, they will send alert for us. Okay, now as a user of this Apple Watch, we can take a preventive actions. Okay, here what kind of machine learning data science job it is doing? Predicting risk analysis. Is it okay? Now I will wait for 2 minutes. If you have any queries, I will answer them. Can you please respond with your queries? Any queries? Sessions must be interactive, and both parties should ask questions, please. It should not be uniway. Okay, can you please respond? Any queries?
No
Hello.
queries at the moment, sir.
Yeah, please. Yeah. Now, um, just a minute. With this, as of now, as of today, shall we end the session, demo session? Tomorrow, once again, the demo sessions will carry for 6 to 7. Once the demo sessions are completed, we will have 1.5 hour sessions. Okay, regularly. Okay.